I'm excited to be Volunteer of the Month. I love volunteering at UCOH. Right now, I work in the garden. I volunteer in the garden, and I teach Sunday school. In the past, my very first volunteer opportunity was in hospitality, which really made me feel like part of the church, and I feel very comfortable and at home because it's like I do the dishes and I cook and I help make coffee and things like that. So, and I still do hospitality now and again for special events. And then teaching Sunday school, I've been doing it for 16 years, and it's so fun to watch the kids. I teach them when they're 1st to 5th grade, and I've seen them grow from 1st graders and graduate high school. And I feel like a proud grandma with all of them. I love it that this is my home. I feel like it's my second home. Volunteering helps me to get to know people. You get on teams together, and so you get to know each other through that. It's a good feeling to know you're supporting, that I know I'm supporting the church. It's just a wonderful way for me to spread my love. I want to say thank you to everyone who enjoys my dancing. And it is a wonderful way to praise the Lord and say thank you to the universe for the power that each one of us has, and that I'm able to dance, and I appreciate being able to share that. And I love you all very much.
The Spirit all over me. I feel the Spirit all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. Oh, oh, I feel the Spirit all over me.
I feel the Spirit
all over me.
All over me. I feel the Spirit all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel the Spirit all over me. I feel God's presence all over me. I feel God's presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. Oh, I feel God's presence all over me. I feel God's presence all over me. I feel God's presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel God's presence all over me. Moving, 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 down in my soul. God's power all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel God's power all over me. I feel
Thank you, guys. Beautiful light celebration and the band. Did you see Miss Thing all fly in her Mod Squad turquoise attire? Susan in the house. I love it. You never know what's going to happen here, right? Welcome. Unity Church of the Hills, we are so glad that you're here. I'm Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones. I'm your senior minister, and I just completed 6 months, baby! And what a whirlwind it has been. If you're joining us online, thank you for joining us and being part of our spiritual family. We are just so happy that you are with us. If you are here for the first time, online you can type in connect in the comments section. And if you're here for the first time, there are little cards in the pews in front of you, and you can just give us your information, and one of our staff members will get back in contact with you. We are still at level 3 with COVID. So unfortunately, I need to ask you to please wear your masks. We're almost there. Did you see the numbers? The numbers for last week, total admission 7 days, 13. That's right below where we shift to level 2. However, this last day or so, we had 18 admissions, so hurrah, foiled again. So we're almost there. If you're like me, you're done with this stuff. And I get it. Just hang in there a little bit longer, my loves. We're almost there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. What else is going on? Well, we just had an amazing Sunday last Sunday. We had our season of celebration. We raised for this community based on the donations that you all gave for the silent auction, for the live auction, for the admission tickets to come in. Almost $14,000. You, because of you. It was amazing. We had this live auctioneer, and her name is Gail Stallings, phenomenal, little pixie. She kept us rolling as we kept putting our paddles up. So she did an amazing job. And Audrey has a little video snippet that she's created. For those of you who missed out, we had a fabulous time. Karaoke, silent auction, live auction, a selfie wall, I mean, everything. Live music, amazing. I know that you think, oh, well, I'm just a party girl, so I have any excuse for a party. But there really is a reason for us to celebrate all that we've done together, especially 6 months. 6 months during COVID. And we've kept the doors open. And there's lots of wonderful changes that are happening here as well. We, as a community, are learning to do is how to be prosperous.
And celebrate 26 years of Unity Church of the Hills and Reverend Sheree's 6-month anniversary.
Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la? Baby, love shot, baby, love shot.
Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable think that I am unforgettable. Ever for the love you give to me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. loving you all night long. We're all one, we're all connected. One earth, one moon, one sun. And if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. And I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart.
Audrey, thank you so much for putting that together. I know you worked with Stephen on that, so it's a labor of love to cut down all of those times into that beautiful clip, so it's deeply appreciated. If you worked on the event, please stand up. If you worked on that event, please stand up. Let's give them a round, baby. It takes a lot of work to put that together. Thank you. Thank you. We had a blast. A blast. Did I say almost $14,000? Okay. All right, what else is going on? We are having the Uniteens. They are going to be selling raffle tickets, $10 tickets to win a quilt. It's on sale. You can purchase after the service or go online, and the ticket drawing is going to be next week. Why are they doing this? They are at that point now of fundraising for their activities. They want to do a lock-in. They're getting ready for the YOU and those types of rallies that UWM is starting to talk about. It's going to happen next year. So all the things that they've missed out in the last year and a half, they're gearing up and getting ready for. So if you're able to, please support them. The quilts are beautiful. They are all done by Joan House, who is a long-term founding member of this community, and she prays with every stitch that she does on that quilt. So it's beautiful. Thanksgiving, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Normally you have a Thanksgiving Eve service. We're not going to do that this year because I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people travel and go and see family and friends and they miss out. So we're going to have Thanksgiving service next Sunday, the 21st, and we're going to celebrate with communion as well. So you want to come and really steep in on that because that's a beautiful sacred ceremony. It only happens a few times a year as far as the communion goes. And I hope to see you then. Children, they are back. They are all getting excited. They've had a Halloween party, and they're just bubbling. So let's just hold them in the knowing of the divine beauties that they are our future, and we just hold them in a moment, seeing them sparkle, seeing them step into their power, and doing what is theirs to do in the world. And so it is. Are you ready? Our prosperity vision. This is the vision that we are going to be holding and knowing the truth of, that we're holding till the end of the year. Do you want to say it with me together? Great. With God, all things are possible. By the end of 2021, UCOH will have 500 attendees every Sunday, averaging gifts and tithes of $25,000 per week, and an additional unexpected income of $100,000. This or something better. Beautiful. All right, are you ready for the opening prayer? I'm going to invite Roderick to come up, and he's going to do the sound bowls for us, and as he does that, just take a nice deep breath in and allow that sound sensation to vibrate through you. And as you feel that vibration flowing through you, asking you to lift your vibration in accord with the knowing, in accord with the divine. Allow. We invite Spirit, the allness of the universe, principle love, to be present with us, to celebrate with us, to bless us, and allow us to connect to the power of our own divinity, allowing that connection to strengthen us. And as we breathe into truth, we are divine human being. We take a moment to honor our veterans, honor those who have given so much to protect us. We say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you've given. And in this moment of thanksgiving, we celebrate this spiritual community that we have been tasked to be the light of the world. We have been tasked to allow ourselves to evolve in consciousness. We have been tasked to do the work that is ours to do so that we may step out in power, in light, in love, to change the world one person at a time. And if there are any folks that we have in our hearts, in our relationships, in our families, in our workplaces that sometimes have forgotten this truth, let's bring that energy here now. Bring their essence and their consciousness here now as we bathe them in a blessing of love, of wholeness, of restoration. And we breathe into this, knowing as energetic beings, this is possible. And we hold the knowing that they are of God. And we breathe. And for all the gifts that we have been given, for all the blessings that we walk each day with, we just take that moment of gratitude as we shout from the ceilings, Amen. Amen. And so it is.
How's everybody feeling today? Good. Feel free to get up on this one. Yeah, yeah. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not trying to be your hero, 'cause that zero is too cold for me. Not trying to be your highness, 'cause that minus is too low to see, yeah. Too low to see, yeah. Too low to see, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Don't you remember I told you I'm a soldier in the war on poverty, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nothing from nothing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah. Me, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Hey, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That's our Reggie Strickland, baby! Woo. Thank you, Reggie. He got chanced on last Sunday. Reggie! They wanted him to sing another song, so. And we know why. Thank you. Thank you. I love that song, and I just, You ever drive in your car? And all of a sudden you look next to you and you go, oh my. You see those drivers and it's like, wow, that's interesting. I've seen singers have their own private concerts in their car. I've seen family arguments, family makeups. I've seen makeout sessions. I've seen people have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in their cars. I've seen lots of grooming habits happen in their car, even up to and including picking of the nose and clearing out that earwax. Woo! And I'm sure that you have quite a number of interesting stories of what you've seen of people in their cars as well. My goodness. You know why? Because there's a false sense of security, of detachment, of anonymity when we're in our vehicle, of several thousand pounds of power locked and under our control. And we often use our cars to compensate for our emotional and physical selves. You know, a couple of nights ago, I was driving home, and it's so dark now, so early, you know, and you're trying to see, and it's at that place just as it's getting super dark. And I'm in between those yellow lines that you can use for turning, and I'm trying to get out into a lane to drive. No one's letting me out, and that's okay, but I figured it's a red light's coming. It's gonna come some point. Red light comes, and they still don't let me out. I'm like, it's a red light. And I look at the car that comes and sits right next to me at the light, and I'm thinking, what difference would it make if I sat in front of you as we all waited for the light to change? And in that instance, it was really clear that this was a give nothing, create nothing situation. You know, sometimes our cars can symbolize our power, our control, competition, dominance, and the belief that the lane we are in only belongs to us, no one else. So in this small interaction, it was just like this ding, gave nothing, creates nothing. Finally, a driver let me in the lane, and it was just that small act of kindness, and I went, wow, thank you. I was really appreciative. And then I spent the rest of the ride home looking for how could I be kind to other people on the road. beautiful example of giving kindness creates kindness. In our spiritual community, we often acknowledge that we are energetic beings, but yet we're still surprised that the effect our energy can have on others and on the lives that we create. The energy of lack. The energy of lack. And what I mean by that is choosing not to give of your time, talents, treasures, not to give love or kindness, is a vibration of fear. A vibration of fear. And my friends, fear is the antithesis of divinity. Did you hear me? Fear is the antithesis of divinity. David Hawkins, in his book, Letting Go, reminds us of who we are as energetic beings. He writes this: interestingly enough, there is a scientific basis for Jesus Christ's admonition to bless and love our enemies. On the level of energy, the lower feelings, such as anger, hate, violence, guilt, jealousy, or any other negative feelings, have a lower vibration frequency, and lower power. In contrast, forgiveness, gratitude, and loving kindness have a much higher energy vibration and much greater power. I'm often surprised by the followers of Christ who think Jesus was about condemning people. These good Christians explain their condemnation of people whose sexuality, gender orientation, race, or religious beliefs are different from theirs, saying they're following God's laws. In Jesus' time on earth, he broke bread with all manner of people, men, women, tax collectors, right? Tax collectors, maybe? That sounds about right. Right? And the only ones he condemned were the hypocrites, the ones who professed to be of God, but were filled with greed and hatred. And he challenged people to question, what do you really define as a sin? Remember, they were going to stone that adulteress. Ye without sin, cast the first stone. I'm also saddened by the characterization of Jesus that has been created into the likeness of the Pharisees. We know the Pharisees as the first century corrupt priests, which he vehemently opposed in his lifetime. And this inaccurate depiction of Jesus is a corruption of his teachings and a corruption of his level of awakened consciousness. These good Christians use this fabrication of Jesus simply to justify their human need for righteous indignation, money, and power. My question is, how does loving our neighbors as ourselves or helping those in need prevent us from being the expression of God? To me, those are the very things that are needed to support our awakening in consciousness. And to practice being God in skin. We're talking about the expression of divinity. The gift of kindness is really powerful. It creates hope, joy, and love in people's lives. And I want to share this story with you. This is Brenda Burton, and she lives in the UK, and I found her story on goodnewsnetwork.org, and their mission is to find a way to be the antidote to the barrage of negative press that we are bombarded with daily. And Brenda is a great-grandmother, and she recently had 3 little children arrive at her door on Halloween to trick or treat. Jessie, Olivia, and Walter, they were dressed up in costumes, arrived at the Newcastle home of this 86-year-old, and she said with regret that she didn't have any treats to give them. These kids replied saying, you know, it's okay, because sometimes making people happy and getting a big Smile is reward enough. The kids then went to the store, and they brought chocolate, a card, muffins, a 10-pound note, and they brought it to her door the next day. And the kids addressed their card to the kind lady. Alongside doodles of pumpkins and smiley faces, they wrote, "Thank you for being so kind. Hope your life gets better as you go on." I hope your life gets better as you go on. Brenda's family said they were amazed at the kindness of the kids and that Brenda has been lost in happiness since meeting the trio. Danny Parker, Brenda's grandson, told the BBC the family has bought gifts for the kids in exchange for their generosity, and they're keen to return the money so the children can spend it on something nice for themselves. As I read that story, I teared up. You know, I thought, wow, this is so hokey, but I was like, tears were running down my face. So I was like, okay, I guess this is the story I'm sharing. But it's this situation of kindness giving rise to even more and greater kindness. And it's such a small act of kindness, but it changed Brenda's and her family's worldview. And anytime that we are able to change someone's worldview, we have the ability to help them change their heart, help them change those erroneous beliefs. Dr. Hawkins says this: "Everyone has the opportunity to contribute to the beauty and harmony of the world by showing kindness to all living things and thereby supporting the human spirit. That which we freely give to life flows back to us because we are equally part of that life. Like ripples on the water, every gift returns to the giver. What we affirm in others, we actually affirm in ourselves." I'm going to say that again. What we affirm in others, we actually affirm in ourselves. I think of kindness as a gateway emotion and actions that gives way to love. And in my own walk, I've come to realize that being kind to others doesn't mean folks will think I'm weak or naive. Kindness is the currency of activating the expression of the divine. I'll say that again. Kindness is the currency of activating the expression of the divine. And when we receive kindness, I don't know about you, but I cherish it wholeheartedly. Last week, I received a call from a congregant, and she left a message. I wasn't available at the time. And it was just this message of appreciation and just affection and seeing me and appreciating what I bring to this community. Saved that message, thank you very much. I've also received so many cards and notes from members of this community, and I saved them as well. The power of that overrides any criticism I've ever received in this community. And I pull it out time and time again, and I look at it and I reflect, and it's like it keeps me going. Just that little bit of kindness. It's powerful, my friends. The vibration of kindness is so much higher and more powerful than any negative emotion can be. And that brings me to the question, what do you bring into your relationships? What do you bring into work? What do you bring into your spiritual communities? Are you bringing low vibrations of nothingness, negativity, criticism, hatred, complaints, jealousy? If your first words are to judge your spouse, your partner, your boss, your spiritual community, you are choosing to be life-negating as opposed to life-affirming. What I'm saying is that if you are choosing to resonate in those lower vibrations, then what are you going to do? You're constantly going to create unhappiness, division, and enmity. As light workers, ours is to bring harmony, support, kindness, and love to each person that we connect with. And now, my friends, I'm not talking about that unity speak. You know what I'm talking about? Saying those positive words, those positive affirmations, those positive sentences that we learn in these communities, thinking that that's the language that we should be speaking, all while holding judgment, criticism, and hatred for someone else. We know spiritual laws. We know spiritual laws work. What we hold in our thoughts is what we create in our world. So I'm going to digress for a minute. I'm going to talk about the 10 Commandments because it's not deep enough for you, so let's go there. We all know about Moses. He had a vision of the burning bush, the laws of God. The third commandment says not to take the name of the Lord in vain. Now, in my family, they were literal interpreters of the Bible. So that meant anytime I said, "Oh my God," I was sinning, as far as they were concerned. But our way-shower, Jesus, his mission in life was about supporting us in the evolution of consciousness. In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus teaches us what the third commandment really means. In Matthew 5, verse 37, it's written, "Let your word be yes, yes, or no, no. Anything more than this comes from the evil one." Jesus was referring to the legal system of that time period, in which men were called to bear witness and to swear an oath to God that they were speaking the truth and not lies. And Jesus was saying, don't swear an oath to God, but be of God. Be of God. Be of truth in everything that you say and everything that you do. He was calling us to be the light in the world and refute lies and corruption. Again, the question stands. What are you bringing to your relationships? What are you bringing to your workplaces? What are you bringing to your spiritual communities? Are you bringing hope or despair? Are you bringing kindness or apathy? Are you bringing light or deceit? And let's look at those everyday interactions that we have with others. What kinds of connections are you creating? As you drive down the road, are you being understanding or hostile? As you purchase items and you're speaking to the cashier, are you speaking with dignity or disdain? If you have a meal out with your friends, the server, are you being inclusive or dismissive? Dr. Hawkins reminds us of the power of love. In the energy field of love, we are surrounded with love, and that brings gratitude. We are thankful for our life and for all the miracles of life. We are thankful for the doggies and the kittens because they represent love. Notice I'm not seeing Cindy and Tim. They got a new puppy like 2 days ago. I'm not noticing them here. We are grateful for every act of kindness from others, their affection, caringness, and thoughtfulness. Eventually, we just become love. Everything we do and say, every moment we make is energized by the lovingness that we have owned within ourselves. Spiritual truth is love generates love. Love creates a world filled with hope and possibility, and today is a new dawn, my friends. And we have the choice to be the outpicturing of a God of love and grace. The outpicturing of a God of love and grace. We have the choice to live with care and kindness, understanding that it is really all that's necessary to be the expression of divinity. We're creating, my friends, together. Behold, we make all things new. Together. Behold, We create all things new. Namaste.
Spirit, I love you, oh my, and you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. I'm lost without you, can't do nothing without you. Oh no, and you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. My heart says yes, my heart says yes to your will, to your way. You are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. Yes to your will. My heart says yes. Yes to your way, to your way, your way. You're welcome in. You're welcome in this place. Oh, my heart says yes. I can't live without you. Can't go nothing without you. Oh no. You are welcome. You're welcome in. Welcome in this place. My heart says yes. Oh yes. My heart says yes. Oh my. You are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. My heart says yes. My heart says yes. You are welcome in, you're welcome in this place.
Take that nice deep breath in and exhale. And as you exhale, release into this sacred time. This is your time. Release all the busy thoughts, the to-do list. Just release it from your mind. You can even make a promise that you can pick it up afterwards, if you still want to. Follow your breath. Align your spine. Make sure that it's nice and straight as we do this energy work. Possible, please put your feet flat on the ground and allow Mother Earth to ground you. And breathe. And the question is, does your heart say yes? Does your heart say yes to being in this space, to being love and light and kindness in the world? My heart says yes. Focus your attention right in the middle where your heart is. Focus your attention and your energy right there to your heart. Allow the energy around your heart to just blossom open as you breathe into that heart space. And as you feel that energy of love, of light, of possibilities, I want you to go back to when you're about 5 years old. In your heart space at 5 years old. You knew you're here to be love and to be light. That's all there is. All there was, and you knew it on a cellular level. You knew it. And then you listened to other people who said, no, you can't be that soft. No, you can't be that light. No, you can't. No, you can't. And you shut that down. This is your opportunity to talk to that 5-year-old and remind them they were right. They were right. They were here to be love and light and kind in the world. Have that conversation with your 5-year-old. Maybe you need to apologize that you listened to other people and you didn't listen to them. Remind them how powerful and wise they are in knowing that they are love. Take a moment in the silence. And at the sound of my voice, take a moment of gratitude for your 5-year-old self, your wise, beautiful, loving, kind 5-year-old self. Take a moment to say, I remember. My heart says yes. Thank you for reminding me. And as you say appreciation, and thank you. Breathe into that heart space and see it blossoming and opening up again. And know you are safe. You are safe to be that open and that loving and that kind. That's what you're meant to do. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Feel that energy in that heart space. If it feels safe to leave it wide open, good, that's all right. And if it feels just a little too frazzly, too vulnerable, you can close it slightly. Not all the way, just a little bit, so that you feel safer. Another deep breath in, and exhale. Bringing your awareness, your consciousness to this time, to this space, to the sanctuary of Unity Church of the Hills. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel renewed at depth. When you're ready, you may open your eyes, wiggle around, stretch. Who knows, maybe even smile at your neighbor. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Sheree. We've now come to the part of our service where it's our opportunity to give back as we have given. It is our opportunity to be that light, to be that truth, to be that kindness by giving of the blessings that we have been blessed to receive. And there are a number of ways that you can give of those blessings. You can text it to UCOH, you can give online via the web, you can give via the app, you can mail a check, and as the ushers come forward, you can give here. So let us channel our energy into our affirmation as we say it together and mean it. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
One, two, 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 one, two. Back when I had a little, I thought that I needed a lot. A little was overrated, but a lot was a little too complicated. You see, zero didn't satisfy me, a million didn't make me happy. And that's when I learned the lesson that it's all about your perception. Hey, are you a pop or a superstar? So you act, so you feel, so you are. It ain't about the size of your car, it's about the size of faith in your heart. There's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Off in the country of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. You see, just like me, he wanted to sing. He had no windows and no doors. He lived a simple life and he was extremely poor. On top of all of that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, what's it like in the USA? And all I did was complain. He said, living here is paradise. He taught me paradise is in your mind. You know that there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Oh, there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope. Every time I turn on the TV, there's hope. Somebody
crazy. If you let it, it'll drive you crazy. But I'm taking back my power today. Gas prices, they just keep on rising. The government, they keep on lying. We gotta keep on surviving. And keep the truth and do the best we can do. 'Cause there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Oh, there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Yeah, yeah. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light and show the world your smile. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light. Show the world your smile. There's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Ooh, there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. There's hope. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. There's hope. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. There's hope. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1.
Thank you, Celebration. Hi there. Thank you for these offerings. We are truly grateful. We see it not only nourishing this community, we see every giver being blessed tenfold for what they've placed in this basket. And we see this going out and doing amazing things in the Austin community. And so it is. Amen. Thanks, Christina. Rick, would you just stand up for a minute? Everyone, this is Rick, and he just joined us as our new staff accountant. So make him feel loved and welcomed. All right, prayer chaplains. We have prayer chaplains at the end of service. They will be in the chapel over there, and they are just amazing beings who go through quite a bit of training to be able to hold you in prayer with you, affirming the truth of who you are, divine human, more powerful than you could possibly imagine. So if you're feeling that pull, go. You will not be disappointed. We are having a garden party next Saturday, the 20th. And it's really a time of harvesting in the garden over there. Lunch is going to be provided, time for fellowship and connection. So if you're one of those folks that like to get your fingers dirty, I don't. But if you are one of those people, please just RSVP on Unity Church of the Hills website. November 21st, we are having a new members reception. It'll be out there on the patio. We had a lovely time last month. So if you're new-ish, or brand spanking new, or pseudo maybe kind of, or been here a little while, it's all right. Come on out, have some food, some refreshments, and get to chit-chat with us and get in the know of what's going on here in the community. And then next Sunday, I'll be back and we'll be talking about living in the present tense. And I think it's a really important topic when we are dealing with family and Thanksgiving. Can I get an amen on that? That's right. Because you know, we go back in our minds and we're like, oh my God, do you remember the last Thanksgiving? Oh my God, do you remember the last 5 Thanksgiving, what Uncle Charlie did? I mean, right? And then we get all that anxiety built up when we have to go to Thanksgiving. What would it be like if we were just in this moment right now? Because that's all we've got. So we'll be talking about that with a little levity next week, so I hope you will join us then. All right, don't forget, communion next week, Thanksgiving. All right, are you ready with me? Prayer for protection? All right, together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Woohoo! I'll see you next week. Celebration. Oh, Reggie's going to come out and close us out.
One more time. Yeah. Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me.